welcome to the channel. My name is Dina. Thanks for joining me today. This video is an update on my Monstera Adansonii. I got my plant 2 years ago and I had some challenges along the way. There were days when I wondered if I was doing things right because I felt it was not growing well and the leaves kept getting brown edges. In this video, I want to share with you some tips I learned to grow my Monstera Adansonii into this not perfect but better version with bigger leaves. The Monstera Adansonii is also called the Swiss cheese plant or Adanson's monstera. It is a species of flowering plant from the Araceae family. The vines can grow up to 13 feet in their natural environment, more likely up to 8 feet when grown indoors. It has this wonderful deep green color. The leaves are a bit heart-shaped. It's not as heart-shaped for me as, say, philodendrons. I love this plant because of the holes or windows on the leaves, also known as leaf fenestrations. It was interesting to learn the many possible reasons why the holes developed. Maybe to let strong winds through without tearing the leaves, possibly to prevent rainwater pooling on the leaves, or to adapt to different light conditions in their natural environment. Fenestrations come in different shapes as well. Look at the ones on my Monstera deliciosa large form. Yep, the leaves are massive. The Adansonii leaves will grow larger as they mature, but not as large as the deliciosa. Here's what I've done so far to grow this plant from this to this. Starting with the soil mix. The plant was in a fluffy potting soil to start with. When I repotted it in a bigger clear pot, I used my aeroid mix made up of orchid potting mix, perlite, and horticultural charcoal. This mix is fluffy enough to allow good air circulation around the root area. It also holds enough moisture to prevent brown leaves. The ingredients I use are all available in my local garden shop. We are spoiled for choice here in Adelaide. The ratio I use for each ingredient depended on my environment. My goal was to create a balanced mix that will help me grow healthy, amazing aeroids. I have my Monstera Adansonii in an area where it gets a lot of bright indirect light for a long period. Here in Adelaide, we get about 12 to 14 hours of light in the warmer months, and I used supplemental lighting for 12 hours in the colder months. I feel for the soil. I look through the clear pot if the soil looks wet or dry, and also feel the weight of the pot to decide whether to water or not. If in doubt, I will give it a day or two before watering. I water it thoroughly from the top of the pole until water runs through at the bottom of the pot. This is roughly once a week. It can get very hot and dry in the summer, so I leave the pot in a bowl of water for up to 30 minutes to ensure the potting mix is thoroughly watered. I also mist the pole regularly, and that seemed to be the trick to prevent brown leaf edges. The plant is growing in regular indoor humidity. I did not need to use a humidifier at all. I mist the plant in the summer when the level drops to 40 to 50%. I used a wee concentration of liquid fertilizer when the plant was smaller and just added more as the plant matured. I have it mixed in the water, and the plant is fertilized each time I water it in the warmer months. I spray the plant, especially the back of the leaves and the pole, with plain water once a month. This helps to wash away excess nutrients from the fertilizer and also wash away any pests the plant may have. I use neem oil spray every couple of months. I spray the front and back of the leaves and top part of the soil as part of my plant maintenance. I found propagation easy. I took a lot of cuttings because not all will root, and I propagated them in water. After a couple of months, planted them in the potting mix. I did this in the warmer months, otherwise the cuttings will take longer to root and I will have fewer chances of success. I have not used rooting hormones in my propagations. Monstera Adansonii was a small but bushy plant with short vines when I got it from the shop. Initially, I wanted to grow it as a trailing plant. Eventually, the mother plant would have gone thick and bushy and the vines longer and flow on the sides of the pot, and it would look beautiful, but the leaves would remain small and not really grow to their full potential size. I wanted bigger leaves on my Monstera. It will be interesting to see how the fenestrations develop as it matures. So I made the decision to let it climb up on a pole. I made a DIY moss pole. I tied the vines up using twine, and the leaves just get bigger as it climbed up on the pole. I chose to plant the propagated cuttings together with the mother plant for a bushy look. Some vines have bigger leaves, some don't. This is the largest leaf up here at the top. Down here, not so much. The plant looks uneven at this stage, but I still love it. I love growing this plant. A couple of months ago, I got a free variegated Monstera Adansonii to add to my collection. I will probably have the variegated plant up on a pole, just a single vine. See how that looks as it matures compared to my regular Adansonii. And that is all for today. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and find it helpful. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment, press the bell icon, and I'll see you again in the next video.